Welcome back to the Maximum Lawyer Podcast. Jim is still on assignment. This is Tyson Mutrux. Today I've got Marco Brown. We're going to talk about MaxLawCon 2021. What's going on, Marco?
Hey, not too much. I'm looking forward to getting out to a conference where I can see other people in the flesh.
I think we all are. Actually, Jim and I were interviewed this morning for another podcast, and the guy asked about, do you think people are going to be ready? I was like, I think people are already ready. People are ready to get the freak out of their houses.
I'm so ready. So I go to Italy all the time. It's how I deal with my stress. I've told my wife the moment that place opens up, I am on a plane, like the moment. I can't wait.
Let's talk about that for a second, because were you stuck in Italy, or you thought you were going to get stuck in Italy when this all happened?
Yeah, so we were over there when it broke. I mean, no one had any idea that it was going to be this, right? So we were over there, and we were in the south. We were in Sicily, and really in Lombardy is where it broke. So it's like San Diego to Seattle sort of thing. But we were down there, and they shut down the entire country. We had to get out a few days early. We got on the last plane back to the United States before they shut all international travel down to Europe. And it was crazy. They didn't even tell us they were shutting it down. We just happened to get on the flight, and then they told us like halfway over the Atlantic.
I cannot wait to hear that full story out in St. Louis. Cause like I this entire time I've actually been wanting to hear that story, because I remember it happening. I remember you posting on Facebook about it. So I'm sure it's a hell of a story, but we'll get to that. We'll do that later. Yeah. Let's talk about your topic for MaxLawCon 2021. It's going to be your number one job, get paid, right? So will you talk
exactly
about how did you come to that topic?
I came to that topic personally because in 2015, I had a really bad year. So I done well professionally. It won Divorce Attorney of the Year here in Utah, and it was doing well on that front. But I realized that I just had a ton of problems, and that the award didn't solve any of the problems that I had underlying. It just was an award, right? And I thought it was cool, but then I had to deal with all these things. And I decided that I needed to get my house in order. And I thought to myself, how can I do that without doing 1,000 different things? So I thought through the problem, and I thought, well, why don't I try to get paid for the work I'm already doing? Just get paid 100% for it and see what problems that solves. So I started doing that. And then when you do that, you come up with systems to ensure that happens. And then you see the kind of trickle down effects. And the trickle down effects were amazing. So I decided, okay, if this worked for me, this is probably a problem that other people have. So I went and I did some research and I looked into it. And it's a problem that is just endemic with attorneys across the United States, especially solos. And solos make up 56% of American attorneys. So then I decided, hey, why don't I just talk about my story and put together the steps that I went through, and maybe that'll help some other people to not live the life that I was living in 2015.
It's crazy because Jim and I talk to people all the time where they've done the work on the cases and they're just not sending out the invoices. They don't have enough time. So I'm actually really excited to see what you do. I mean, I don't bill, so we do contingency, so we've got a lot more control over the money. But I am really interested to see how you do things when it comes to for the billing side. That's because I think that's a really, like you said, it's a really big problem in the industry. So will you give us a little more of a teaser as to some of the things you're going to, and I don't want you to give all the goods, but give me a little teaser as to the things you're going to cover.
Sure. Yeah, I'll give, so I have 8 rules to follow, and I'll go over a couple of them. And none of this is rocket science, to be honest with you. But the first rule is that you have to change your mind about money. And this is really what this is all about, is you're changing your mind about money, and then you're putting in systems to kind of concretize that change of your mind. Okay, so the first rule is change your mind about money. So we're taught from a very early age as attorneys, even before we become attorneys, that our kind of number one job is to do good, whatever that means, and then to give away our stuff for free. So law professors who are really just bureaucrats tell us that we're supposed to do good, and they kind of disdain money even though they get paid anyway. They're bureaucrats, so they don't know how to kill stuff and take it home and then eat it. So we get taught by them, and then we can actually become attorneys, and we get taught by bar associations that really we're just there as vessels to give away our stuff for free for poor people, right? Or people who need us. And they're again bureaucrats who get paid by us to tell us to give away our stuff for free. It's this weird dynamic, and attorneys buy into it, right? So we have to first change our mind about money. Your number one job is not to do good. Your number one job is to get paid for the work you do. And then your number two job is to do excellent work for your clients. So that is the first kind of fundamental switch that people need to make about this. And then, I go over other things like don't chase money. We're going to talk about what chasing money means, and then how not to chase money. And really, chasing money is doing things that you wouldn't normally do. Discounting hourly fees, discounting retainers, taking cases outside your wheelhouse just because you want cash. Stuff never works out well, right? So we're going to talk about chasing money, having money in trust, how to do that, what amount you should have in trust, what type of trust you should have, and then how to work through those things. And then I got one that I will not go over, but it's the seventh rule, and it is my favorite, and it will change the way you lawyer for the rest of your life if you do it.
I like that. I like that tease. That's a good tease. So last question, because I told you that we'd be less than 9 minutes. So I'm gonna make sure we get this done. So you got to have a quick answer. Why are you excited about MaxLawCon 2021, and how can people get in touch with you?
I'm excited to just go see everybody and then interact with people that I haven't seen for, it seems like 2 years now, right? I'm excited to go. I'm excited to learn from everybody, to network, to see friends, and just to get better as attorneys and live a better life. And then if you want to get in touch with me, www.utdivorceattorney.com is the website. If you want to get a hold of me directly, it's marco@utdivorceattorney.com. That's my email. Happy to help anybody in any way I can through email. So just send one to me and I'll respond to it and do anything I can for you.
I love it. Thanks, Marco. Appreciate it. See you in St. Louis.
Thanks, man. Bye.
Bye.